What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. We're on my 2022 Lowrider S Gunship Gray, and in this video we're going to be going over a few things that are going to affect you as either a driver or, more specifically in my case, a motorcycle rider here in Florida. I just learned about this, so I decided to make a video to keep everybody that watches my channel up to date, because I feel like you definitely should. So yeah, let's get into it, and don't mind the bugs. Alright guys, first and foremost, thank you for checking out my video. It's been a long time coming. We are super close to being monetized. Can't do it without you, but I've been working hard on it for the last 3-4 years, so we're coming up on that final stretch. And then it's just the next set of goals, right? Building the channel even more, getting multiple bikes in the inventory, and just continuing to do builds and keep you guys up to date with things that can affect you and all kinds of crazy things. July 1st, 2025, few new laws are coming into effect in Florida. The one in this video is going to affect riders, right? I think we can all agree that us motorcycle riders don't necessarily always obey the speed limit signs. Regardless or not, it's good to stay updated. So I did some research. I put together the key points about this new law, and we're going to go through and break them down so that you have clarification and you're informed. So it's a new speeding law, okay? And no, it does not fall into the same category as reckless driving. It's kind of added to, but I'll explain the difference here in a second, or really what it changes about the already existing reckless driving offense. So for starters, if you are going 50 miles per hour over the posted speed limit sign, or at least 100 miles an hour, you will be charged with this now excessive speeding law. And I want to clarify this because I was a little confused at first. I mean, it's pretty straightforward once you understand it, but if you're in a posted 30 miles an hour speed limit and you do 50 over, meaning you're doing 80, which is kind of crazy, but for simple numbers, you will be charged under the new speeding law, right? But if you are on the highway, for example, where the speed limit is 70 miles an hour and you're doing 100 miles an hour or more, you will still be charged. That's important to note, right? Especially for my sport bike guys out there who it takes absolutely nothing to hit 100. So you got to be mindful of that. Some of the consequences are for the first offender, okay, the first time offender. It's a mandatory court appearance with the possibility of one or the other, which is a $500 fine and 30 days in jail. And you can get one of those, depending on the situation, I'm assuming. You could be served, or you could be charged in having to pay at least $500 and or 30 days in jail, which falls directly in line with, or it's the same as reckless driving. But here is what I understood after reading a few articles about why is it the same punishment? Well, solely speeding was not enough to give you a reckless driving charge. That's from what I've been reading. And yes, there's probably a person or two that has been given a citation for reckless driving, and the only factor to that was speed, but they were able to beat it in court, right? So in some of the articles that I read, the courts found that speeding alone wasn't enough to cause a reckless ticket. So that's kind of the biggest thing here is now it's not just a few points on your license and a speeding ticket. You know, now we're in the same category as reckless, which definitely will impact your driving abilities a little bit more, especially if you get caught for a second time. So that's where the biggest change happens, right? If you get caught doing 150 miles an hour over the posted speed limit, you should expect a ticket. It's the second offense within a 5-year period. that is the biggest critical factor in this. Is if you get this super speeder ticket, quote unquote, and you get it again within 5 years, you will be a repeat offender. Now, where that comes into, where how that affects you is you could spend up to 90 days in jail with a minimum of $1,000 fine. But now they have the opportunity to suspend your license up to a year. And I think that will be the most harmful factor in this new law change. Now, I stress this to the motorcycle community a lot, or the most, because it's so easy to speed on motorcycles, right? Cars is one thing, but on the highway, hitting 100 miles an hour, it takes no effort. So that's why I decided to make this video and bring it to everybody's attention who either vacations or lives in Florida. I definitely don't want it to be overlooked or unheard of, and you get caught up in your first little highway pool, and now you're on this like 5-year restriction where, God forbid, you know, it happens again. I don't know, but I definitely wanted to make sure that you were informed. But ultimately, with the exception of speeding being the only factor now, it's the same as a reckless. The thing that you need to understand the most is this new law changes it to an arrestable offense. Speeding alone, again, from what I've read, wasn't an arrestable offense, but if you add in any other factor to that, that's how they became a reckless and arrestable, blah blah blah. So yeah. Also, another thing, this is for the people like me who record. From what I understand, they can now use that video against you and charge you. So if they block your speedometer or do something, I don't know, or just don't speed, but where's the fun in that, right? So yeah, I guess now they can use your footage that you uploaded to social media against you and charge you. So just be careful of that as well. I definitely don't want to not say anything to y'all and you get caught off guard, right? Because for some reason I haven't heard about this up until yesterday, and then I was like, well shit, I need to make sure the community around me knows. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, stay tuned. Anytime something major like that comes up, I will do my best to keep you guys updated so that we're all kind of in the loop here and no one's really left out. So again, thanks guys for checking out my video. I'll see you on the next one.